Testing, testing, 1, 2.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I hear you fine.
Excellent.
Let's see if we have any viewers to start with. We have one viewer. Welcome, one viewer. Why don't you can message us, let you know who you are. This is Paul Douglas along with Robert Kwan. Welcome to the Monday Night Men's League Finals. I'm unaware of the teams who are playing. Maybe you know, Robert?
Yes, the teams are Team Jake Ness, and I will tell you who's on the team as soon as they get up into the hack. But we have the Team Ness who went 7-0-1 and was in second place. And we have Team Greg Dahlman. Dahlman is playing the third position right now. The team is presently skipped by Sean Cummings. Team Dahlman qualified for the playoffs with a 0-9-1 record. So that's right, they qualified with one tie. Of course, in the 16 Monday Night League, all the teams made the playoffs, so they would have qualified one way or the other. So Team Dahlman's lead is Santo. Throwing second is Brian Camus. Throwing third and vicing is Greg Dahlman. And skipping is Sean Cummings. Team Jake Ness throwing the yellow rocks. Their lead is Noah Gordon. Their second is Dan Villagomez. Their third is Andy Boone. And of course, the skip is Jake Ness.
So we're just off. Is that right? I was getting a whiskey. So
yes, we are 2 rocks in. And we have a center guard and a rock in the.
We lost our one viewer.
And the rock in the side of the ring. Oh, apparently they didn't like what I was saying.
I don't think it's personal, Robert.
I take everything personally.
I don't buy that. How was your Easter, by the way, Robert?
It was good. My choir sounded exceptional. I was really pleased with them.
You do a little Yesu, Joy of Man's Desire, whatever.
We didn't do that this year, no. But we did some absolutely gorgeous music on Maundy Thursday and Good Friday. Some stuff that's meant to take the pain.
Thank you, Nate.
It's meant to feel like nails on chalkboard.
Oh, really? Okay.
And the choir nailed it each time.
Awesome.
It's fantastic.
So it makes the congregant a little uncomfortable?
Absolutely. Well,
Okay.
For Good Friday, yes, definitely.
Yeah, I'm fortunate. My employer gives he closes our office and gives all his people Good Friday off.
That's a good thing.
It encourages people to go to their local worship service, and so that's an unfortunate rock that just sails past through the house, delivered by, is that Daniel, perhaps?
That was Noah.
Noah. Okay. So that was just a little hot. It looked like. So Brian Camus is in the house, and looks like the call is a little draw behind it. The 2 red guards.
It would appear to be that.
Sweepers are just on it now. Looks a little light for front end, for first end rock. Unfortunately, it's just makes it over to the hog line, but
I like the nice aggressive play in the first end, junk it up a little bit, try to get the force or even a steal. Of course, Jake's not having any of that. He's going to try to get the double peel, open up the center.
So we have for our viewers at home, we have the so they can see the delivery and the house. I think that's do we want to?
Yeah, I like it.
All right. So we're going to switch to just the far house view for those, so they can get a better view of the house as it develops. And you can those that are on the stream that want to ask any questions or just give a comment, please do so. Looks like we have a couple viewers now. Welcome.
So Dan Villagomez tried to peel off the 2 red guards, but ended up just hitting one of the yellows and replacing it, which does improve the situation because if there is going to be a rock in front, even if you do have last rock, you'd prefer it to be your own color for for run back purposes.
So it looks like Jake is calling for a split. And push one behind the guards and maybe the other one just swing out into the outer 12-foot.
He's peeling. He's
Is that what he's doing?
He's throwing the yellow rocks, so
Ah.
he's trying to peel off the red.
Yeah, maybe I should pay attention, Robert. A little bit better.
That's all right. That's why I'm here.
So Daniel's rock is off. Sweepers are on it pretty hard. Trying to hold the line.
Got the top one.
And he will peel the top guard and
Uh-oh.
and remove that one yellow that was, well, there's only one rock that's counting currently. Out in the yellow in the outer 12. So it looks like, yeah, Sean's calling for a tap up. So that's, and either rock, I suppose, would be acceptable to tap up, right? I mean,
Absolutely, yes.
so we'll be facing off against one another tomorrow night. Home versus Kwan tomorrow night.
That's what I hear. Yes. Should be a good game. We're 1-1 against each other this year.
We are. So yeah, it should be fun. And then tomorrow night is Team Simia against Zolo in the other semifinal match tomorrow night. So join us. Mark Zakin will be his Sayonara Swan song on the mic tomorrow night.
On the stream. Well,
on the stream.
You won't want to miss that.
No, that will be must-hear stream.
Yes.
So.
Hopefully he brings a few stories to tell. That's one of the things I'll miss about Mark is his stories. He's a great storyteller, and he's got a bunch of good ones.
Yeah, because he has an impeccable memory. The memory he has for details, and then to be able to recount it. I don't even know what I had for breakfast, right? So.
Right. And the way he tells them is just so entertaining. I love it.
Very, very much. So okay, so Andy Boone's in the hack, yellow, and there's a takeout. So Jake would like. There's a. I suppose if you really cream this, it's a triple, but at least a double here. So.
If you throw peel weight with lots of rotation, you can keep the rock pretty much where you throw it, and you could make the triple.
Like a Dean rotation?
Doesn't need to be quite that many. I slowed down that shot and counted the rotations. I counted 47 rotations from the time he let it go to the time it hit the top rock.
And that he didn't do that by accident.
No,
he practiced that, certainly.
Absolutely.
But to be able to execute that, so it's just going to get just the one, and then pretty much replaces it with another guard. So I would go for a tap up here, because if you're able to execute that and push that back, out counting, it's fairly well guarded, right?
100% guarded, yes. Yeah, the out-turn draw around the yellow is, at this point, is going to be tough because of the red corner.
So Greg Dahlman, his rock is off. Sweepers are now on it. Oh, now they're off. So Sean must like the line.
Needs to curl. He's on the. Oh, he's heavy. All right, that's not terrible.
So lots to sit behind though for yellow right here.
Yes. Got to be a little careful though, because the reds can be raised back. You want to get this about to the T-line top four. Any closer than that, and then the red double raise goes right onto it.
So Jake has to really talk to his sweepers and vice versa to communicate the weight, so they know it's not going to be light and over curl and end up hitting those reds, right? So so Andy's just released. Sweepers are on it hard right away, so they must think it's light right out of hand. Now they're off.
Is it on the guard still?
Unfortunately, it is. So that really opens up the house now.
Opens up the out-turn draw, but Jake won't be upset about that. And you don't even need to fully bury this. If you're half, even a quarter under, and you force, and you force Team Ness to play a hit on a rock that's partially covered, then you're rolling. Then they're rolling open, and then you can roll underneath.
Should grab my stopwatch. Just interesting. I'd like to know this. You know, the draw T-line speed here. Curious what it is. It's around a. It's a first end, so maybe a 65 or so. Let's see. Well, this just looks pretty quick. 48. Okay. Yeah.
I feel like the ice is pretty much up to speed, given what we've seen.
Yeah, it looks like a like
Solid hack or
Okay.
board even.
Mr. Simia. So that was 48. So looks like the same call is being made that Jake wants. So let's see if he can dial that back a little bit. If his front end gave him a time, if they timed it so he knows what this is.
You're probably looking at about an 80 here.
See, that was something I learned from you, right? If your sweepers aren't involved, it's really not a great shot, right? So
Right. Yes. If you want to be throwing it 6 to 10 feet short.
and have your sweepers really be involved to manipulate the rock, right?
Exactly.
So
if he throws an 80 here, he should be close.
.53 you have. So
maybe a wider line,
or
maybe less of a positive releases.
still looks like it's still back house, perhaps. So it'll hang on. It's not going to be buried, because it is on the opposite side of the center line, so it's fairly open for Sean. He could just hit and roll underneath, and then maybe be just out counting and make Jake throw another draw.
That's the call here. Yes, you need to roll underneath.
Okay, we have a wardrobe malfunction by Brian Camus, so, or at least he
Errant stabilizer throw.
errant stabilizer, yes. All right, so back to action. So Sean's in the hack. He's asking for a little less broom. It looks like control up weight, almost normal. Looks like a pretty good control weight. It's got to move. Sweepers are not touching it, so unfortunately it is not moving. So he wanted less broom, and he was right. He needed less broom. So yellow has an open draw anywhere in the paint for 3. This is a big first end for Jake. He can afford to be just slightly heavy if he comes down to that rock behind the tee, right, to catch it a little bit.
Absolutely, yes. He should throw just a touch less here if he can.
Yeah, so it was a 53 to a 60? Okay.
60, yep.
But this
It might have been a little early on the stop.
sweepers seem to like it.
It's sliding pretty well. Might be slightly faster.
No,
path.
it's a really nice rock. That's right down to that yellow. It's not going to push it out of the house, and that's 3 for Jake Ness. It's a good start.
Good start for Team Ness.
Well, there's a couple cat pants out there I see, so it's sort of half cat.
Right. Well, and at least one of those cat pants is on the opposition.
But there's cats in the tacos, right? Oh my goodness. Well, welcome to our viewers. Mike DiPolo. Sorry I couldn't stay to watch the game, but still have company in town. Well, that's great, Mike. I'm sure you're an awesome host, and we thank you for all of your hard work on the ice this year, working with the ice crew, Santo, Bobby, etc. You guys did an amazing job, and we appreciate you.
So Team Nest throwing the first rock in, 3-point lead.
Why not? I suppose.
You're throwing in because the opposition is never hitting because they need to generate the points.
It's really hard to score more than one without a guard, right?
Correct.
So this is the right play. If Sean can put a crooked number up here and get a 2, and not have Jake just force or steal for that matter, we have a game, right?
Absolutely. Let me sail
That
in.
looks so heavy. Unfortunately, wow. Hmm. That's Noah Gordon with his. I had the pleasure of playing with him on Thursdays this year, and enjoyed playing with Noah as well as the rest of my team on Thursdays. Noah's really greatly improved this year, come along, put a lot of hard work into his game.
And a nice guy, fun guy to play with. Is this the view of the stream or is that one?
Oh, you know what? My apologies, folks. Let's go to the correct house. Sorry about that, folks. So here we are. So right now we have 3 rocks. I can't tell if that red is biting, but yellow sitting 2.
Probably out. Yes, Greg Dahlman playing mind games with Jake by wearing the Jake team colors. So Team Dahlman qualified for the playoffs with 1 tie in 10 games, and has since gone undefeated in the playoffs.
Well, he's ran through. That's true.
Right. 1 tie in 10 games. And 9 losses.
Well, all 6 teams make the playoffs.
Yes. That's fine.
Yeah. Okay, so Sean's calling for an open hit or a double, maybe. I mean, it certainly is there. Very tight room, so he wants some.
They did. Dahlman was skipping, and Sean was. Oh yeah. A situation like this, I know you're worried about your opposition having too many rocks in the rings, but when you're trying to score points, you want to avoid hitting too much. So I might have come around that yellow guard and just tried to get another one behind the corner and make Jake think about that. Because it's much easier to draw to a spot than it is to hit and roll to a spot.
Especially if you have hammer and that you have an open hit with your last shot.
Right.
To score more than 1. So, okay. Well, now see that red rock that's there is fairly buried, and it's sitting 1. So I would agree. See, now Sean's calling for that draw behind the yellow, right?
Yes. And you can deal with those yellows later. And those yellows can serve as catchers. Things for his rocks to jam on if Team Nest decides to hit, which they will with a 3-point lead. They're trying to score points. Rocks in play are your friends, even opposition rocks.
This way it looks, sweepers need to be on this. I think, I'm not sure they're going to get it to paint.
That's fine. Rocks in play, always a good thing. Force Team Nest to make good shots.
So Dandy Boone in the hack. And Jake is calling for just a simple draw around the guards. Hopefully, I think he's asking for it to be just above tee line and buried. Sweepers are on it hard. More junk up front. Yep. So Sean's calling for a draw. Come behind those guards.
And setting up well for him. Haven't played many rocks down that side, so this is likely to be slower.
Yeah.
It's a very slow handle as well. It doesn't help. It'll cause the rock to plow.
This is a bold. I was going to say he looked like he was asking for a draw down the outside where no rocks have been, and it could be very frosty. But still, this is a little wider than the previous rocks, so Andy's going to have to give it a little more.
Let's see what the weight looks like out here.
Go hog to hog.
I'll go hog to hog on this one.
It looks light. Maybe a tap up here if it doesn't over curl.
That's a good rock.
It is very nice. It's well judged. Good line call by Jake. Gives a little head nod.
So Sean, if he wants to get that out, I think, yeah, you have to play the in-off double. Or you just draw straight to the hole and worry about that one later.
This looks like a pretty good, nicely judged. Or is it a little heavy?
Touch heavy. Could have used the rub on the top yellow.
So yellow's still sitting 1. Red is 2 and 3. I don't think that we have an overhead view of near. C. We don't have near B. So we can't give you an overhead of the house, folks. Sorry about that.
Camera's not working. What's going on up there?
I don't know. It wasn't working on Thursday either. The only overhead we could give on the near house was near C, but not B. All right. So Jake's rock is off. Sweepers are just leaving it alone. It appears it's exposed a little bit.
I think you can see
maybe two-thirds of it or so.
A good 2/3, yeah.
So the call is just a heavy draw, maybe just a board weight, hack weight at it, that kind of maybe board weight.
Depends on what you're trying to do. I mean, if you want to roll behind the center guards, then you can throw board weight and just scrape it. Just scrape by the top at the second red. Then you can roll behind the center guards. If you want to roll out and roll behind the yellow guard, then you throw more like control and keep it a bit straighter. Other shots doable. I'd be scraping the guard. This is
no, it's by the guard. It's just by the guard.
Oh,
it's well done.
Oh,
did it hit it?
He wicked it. Yeah, that's too bad.
That is unfortunate.
That was going to be
yeah.
nice.
Well, those wings smell really good there, Nate. You know what they say? Boneless wings. They're just adult chicken nuggets, really. and they're delicious. Yeah, of course they are. They're still good. No, I mean I think that they're just two different eating experiences, really. Yeah. Yeah, I mean they're not in dinosaur shapes or anything, but you know. Yeah. So basically what you're saying is they're so good, you make them extinct? Never mind, Ryan. All I have is bad jokes, folks. That's all I have. All right, so there's as Jack Miller would say, Sean's in a spot of bother here. So he's going for some sort of a raise or something, maybe?
There's a red double raise, yes, onto the shot on the button. You need to hit. You need to cross it. It's pretty hard to hit this too thin as you cross it because you need to cut it back towards.
It's going to be hard. It's really set up to angle to really take it across outside of the button.
Yes. So you need to cross it and hit about a
right. You really need to come, really almost and catch it almost heading to the 4-foot line.
Yep.
On our near side.
The 1/3 to 1/4 should be really close.
And it looks like it's outside of it. Unfortunately, I don't think it's coming across.
It's close. No, he's wrong side of it.
So that is 1 yellow, it looks like.
1 yellow.
Okay, that's a good steal for Jake. So Jake is up 4-0. 4-0. I've been watching too much Ted Lasso, so it's 4-0, not 4-0. Which, by the way, it is not impossible It is impossible to watch too much Ted Lasso, by the way. I cannot recommend it highly enough. It's an excellent show. Well written, well acted, good show.
I did, yes. Oh. These guys are crazy good.
So yellow is off through just like a 1.5, just a 2 center line guard. Good start for yellow.
See if Santo can get these corner guards up.
Yeah, red has their work cut out for them, but it is only the third end.
Just get your deuce. No reason to panic yet. This is a little slower on this side. Be careful.
Boy, it just keeps gliding. Gonna check up.
That should stop. Stop.
Yeah. I don't know that that Jake will chase that rock.
If it's in, he'll hit it.
Yes, he is.
Yes,
Okay.
with a 4-point lead. Yes.
Well, the thing is, you have to know your front end. Can they execute as well, right? And I think Noah doesn't mind making a hit. So,
Right.
So Jake knows that.
And he's not calling for peel away. Just good solid control.
And now that is a nice guard actually for yellow. So they have to leave that alone for a couple of stones. But
Which will be fine. I mean, any guard for Team Cummings is a good guard. Doesn't matter the color. I'd be throwing up another guard here, like he is. Double guarded, then you're in business.
so we're coming to a close on the 2022-2023 Nutmeg season. Just a few more sessions left. We have tonight. We have tomorrow night. We have looks like some open curling on Thursday. There's a sign-up sheet out there, a Google Doc that Mark Zakin has sent out. If you haven't seen it, check out the Nutmeg Facebook page. If you're on there, you'll see the sign up there as well for Thursday evening open curling. Come on down.
And there's open curling on Friday as well.
And then pull the plug on Saturday.
Yep.
And then that'll be all she wrote for the season here at Nutmeg. There are spiels that are happening. Pull the plug on Saturday. And then, but there are spiels happening. There's the Bond Squeal happening down in Plainfield and next weekend. And you have the Summer Spiel up at Cape Cod. There's the His and Hers at Bucks County. So there's still a lot of curling to be had out there. But not at Nutmeg this year. Not until the fall. Good night, Ryan.
Hey, Ryan.
See you tomorrow night.
For me, the season is a perfect length because when we get to the fall, I'm itching to get onto the ice, and I just can't wait to get out and throw some rocks and feel the coldness again. But by this time of year, I am ready to be done and just to be outside.
Yeah. So for me, it's perfect because now I segue immediately into golf season.
Yeah.
And so my league starts tomorrow evening, but I got a sub because we're here tomorrow at 7. And then I'll golf through September in league play, and then other chance to play, and then right back into curling. So it works out really nicely opposite seasons.
Yeah,
for certain.
For me too, my summer game is tennis.
Awesome.
So
Excellent.
I always look forward to getting back on the tennis court, and actually one of my Tuesday night teammates, Vincent, is one of my regular tennis partners.
DeMarco?
Yep.
Awesome. Do you play hardcore? Do you do clay? What do you?
We normally play hardcore on the green clay whenever we can, though.
Clay's such a fun but very different game than hardcore tennis.
It is.
But a good fun to play that. And
So how does a golf league work?
so, good question. So, I play at Lyman Orchard in Middlefield, up by Middletown, and there are two 18-hole courses there. And in the golf leagues, they only play 9 holes. So, you only play the front 9 or the back 9
Okay.
of one of the two courses. So, it's really essentially four options, right? And then there's a schedule, and they'll tell you you're playing at this time. So, I play in the Tuesday early, so I play anywhere from 4 o'clock to 4:30 is my tee times, about every 10 minutes, or 4:40, whatever it is. And then you play either the 9 holes on the front or back 9 of one of those courses, and they rotate them around. You play with your handicap, so you're either giving strokes or getting them depending on your opponent, what their handicap is. And then you're awarded points based on your net score, your combined net scores, team score, etc. 5 points can be scored every week, and then they just sort of keep all of that through the season until they crown winners and things like that. So I have no desire. Well, I have a desire to win, but that's not the point of me playing in these leagues right now. I'm just playing every week to improve.
So you're not actually playing against another team. You're just keeping track of your.
No, you are
scores.
playing against another team.
Oh, okay.
So you're playing one of the 5 points is your team's aggregate net score versus their aggregate net score, and whoever wins gets 1 point. And then the other 2 points, you're playing against one of the other team members that you're playing against. So it's 2 versus 2.
Okay.
And so based on handicaps, the 2 lowers on each team will play each other, and the 2 highers will play each other. And then you're playing head to head. So say my handicap is an 11 and his is a 9. Then on the 2 hardest holes of the 2, hardest or the highest handicapped holes of those 9, I would get 1 stroke on each of those. So if we each parred that hole, I would get a stroke, and because of that, I would birdie it with the handicap, and then I would I would win that hole.
Okay, right.
And so you have to win 5 holes, but you can tie them as well. And so at the end, whoever wins more holes head to head will win 1 point. And then with your handicap, you take your gross score, lower it by the handicap, and you have your net score, and whoever has the lower of the net score takes another point.
Okay.
So a total of 5 will be awarded each week.
So is it 4 on a team? How does it work?
Just 2 team members, right?
Oh, okay.
So I just myself and another fellow.
So you're playing. So the 4 of you are playing together the whole time.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah. So it is a foursome, 2 versus 2.
Okay.
And then there's and these are the same guys I've been playing against for a few years. So you get to know them, and then you, instead of broomstack, well, you're sort of broomstacking. You come in, you have a beer, and you calculate your scores and hang out for a little bit, and you still kind of chill in the bar room, if you will, or the
clubhouse.
The clubhouse. That's right.
Right.
So you still do that and get to know different people and
Fun.
stuff. It's nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have. So Team
so
Cummings has got something cooking here with a unfortunate miss by Team Yellow.
So he's got one really well guarded on the outer 8-foot. So Greg Dahlman's rock is off here, and
the ideal spot here will be the Christmas tree, the yellow back to this shooter, back to the red shot rock. He's a little heavy. So you want to tap this back and get some good separation. Without removing it, though. You can't remove it.
And it is removed, unfortunately, yeah. Oh, with all that golf talk, we lost a few viewers. Sorry about that, folks. Oh, you were 8 o'clock, you said. Did you say?
Oh, the flight's been delayed.
Oh, okay.
So I'm good.
Go figure, a delayed flight.
Right.
Westchester?
In JFK.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
So it's funny. My wife and I, we said $150 per ticket. We will spend extra to avoid flying to JFK.
I understand. that makes total sense.
We will spend that up to $300 to fly into Westchester if possible.
Yep. That's
or Avelo out of New Haven.
Oh yeah.
Which is only about 12 minutes from my house, and that's really nice.
Jake's a little tight, I think.
Sweepers are on it hard, but Let's see here. It is by the guard. It's going to hit and roll. It may stick around, just biting the outer 12. And it has. It's not out counting the red, but it is in the rings. I don't think that's of much consequence to Sean. If that ends up counting, I don't think it'll be. Sean will consider that a good end.
No.
So we're up to skip rocks. Nice. Mets are winning 2-0 in the end of the third. I like to see that. The Mets, the very first major league team to have their own song.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Ryan Heidi knows it. He's going to sing it for us. The Mets theme song. Come on, Ryan.
I know it. I know the first line.
Meet the Mets. Meet the Mets. Head for the park and greet the Mets. All right, that's all I'm doing. All right, Sean's off.
And with a good draw here, he could set himself up to take 3.
Oh, the sweepers really need to work this. I don't know why they're coming off.
It's biting pretty
They must
well.
like the weight.
Oh, it needs to stop.
It needs to stop and curl. Wow. It is out counting, so they are sitting 2, but it is wide open in the back of the house. Oh, I lost 2 more viewers. I sung the Mets theme song. I lost 2 viewers.
How many viewers you got now? 1? 5.
You can go 5.
All right. So I will watch the end of this end and then I'll run out to the airport. So team Dahlman/Cummings is sitting the 2. Jake with the 4-point lead. Just hit the open rock. Give up the 2. And take hammer with a 2-point lead.
If you were Sean, though, would you be happy taking 2 at this point and cutting the score in half after 3 ends?
I would be happy taking 2. I mean, I'd rather take 3.
Of course.
But this is one of those rare situations where both teams are happy giving up with a score of 2.
I don't think Jake wants to stick around on this, though, and give him something to sit on, right? So he'd prefer to hit and spill?
Well, if he sticks on the nose, then he's going to be shot rock, and he'll force Sean to throw a bump. Which would
they're calling for a hard sweep here. It's by the guard, and
he will roll. Okay.
So that rolls pretty much. It's biting, but it's really
That doesn't matter.
of no consequence. So Sean's sitting. So he has an open draw. Just has to be touching white, basically, for 2.
Full 12 for 2. Yeah.
Okay. You play outdoor tennis? You of course you
Outdoor tennis, yes. At the high school in Staples, the high school in Norwalk. Sometimes we go to Wavenley Park in New Canaan, which is close to Vincent's house, on the Hartrue courts there. Wherever we can find a court, we'll play.
Okay, so the sweepers must think this is either good weight or fast, and I think it's through the house, unfortunately. Yeah. Yeah, Sean won't be happy with that. It's just 1. So that is 4-1 after 3 ends.
Unfortunately, I will need to sign off because
All right,
to get to
Robert.
the airport.
All right. Let's safe travels.
Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow night.
Yes, you will on the ice.
On the ice. Yes.
9 o'clock.
Right. Yes. You show up at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yes. How do I do that?
You're all good. Take that. Yes, Sean got 1. Jake successfully executed the force. So Robert is off. picking up a friend at the airport. Has to make his way to JFK. Better him than me. Sweepers are working hard to get this over the hog line, and that is unfortunately no. So that is a hogged first rock. So for viewers, let me switch the view here. There we are. So for viewers that are just joining or can't see the score, we are in the fourth end, and Jake Ness is up 4-1 over Team Cummings. Cummings/Dahlman. Jake wants this in the house, sweeper, or maybe through the house. Sweepers are working that hard, so apparently they wanted to just take it completely out of play. So Sean wants a guard. The front end of Sean's team's had a tough time judging the weight early on, and they've been putting more rocks in the house than I think that they wanted to, and they really need guards here in order to score. So that was Santos rock, and that is top 4. So Jake will take that out. Keep a clean house. I'm a big fan of a clean house. Clean car too, for that matter. I wash my car in the winter. I've set the water up in my garage where I have a hot water and cold water line with valves that I can adjust the temperature, so I can have warm water coming out the spigot in the winter and wash my car even if it's cold. Works well, yeah. Okay, so Sean has 1 in the house. The takeout was unsuccessful by Jake's team, so he's hoping for a guard here. And sweepers are just cleaning in front, just bringing it across, trying to get it to the center line. And it looks like a nice rock. May overcurl just a little bit. It did. It's biting. So red is sitting 2 temporarily. Nate's watching Bugs Bunny cartoons on his phone behind me. Dan Villagomez peel is off. And a successful peel by Villagomez. So takes out the outer 12-foot rock. Sean wants to put another one either in the house or guarding. Looks like a guard broom. Sweepers are working this one. Nicely done. That's a nice rock. Although it did overcurl, the sweepers stayed on it, but enough that Jake wants to deal with it. So we're back to Nate. Going to join me on the stream here? Nate Holm is going to join us. Mr. Marble Mouth himself. Come on, Nate.
Evening.
Evening, Nate Holm. So we're Daniel's another peel, a successful peel. So Sean will put up guards keep calling him as long as he can. Go for a steal. So how were the wings, Nate? Good?
Pretty
Wing
good.
stop?
Pretty good.
Wing stop or wings over or what?
Wingstop. I
Did
still,
you
think,
get,
I still think Wild Wings are better.
Did you get buffalo flavored? What'd you get?
More upscale place. Like you sit down and eat in there. Wingstop is a fast food restaurant.
So did you do?
I went mango habanero and I did the hot, but the hot really were just like
I did a tonic
average.
and lemon pepper.
There's Asian sweet chili, which is also very good, because you get that little like the sweet, and then it finishes with the hot.
At the Wingstop?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, they're good.
They have that. I think that's a Buffalo Wild Wings there.
Oh, it might be.
Asian Zing.
Zing. It's really good.
Yeah. All right. So that one carried a little too far. So we're looking. Jake's looking a potential double here out of Andy Boone.
I mean, I'm okay with that. I mean, the single steal doesn't really help Sean at this point.
Well, I mean, if you're going to steal, you're going to do something, I suppose.
The force is fine. There's really no danger with the force, and you spread the stuff around the house, and he hits and spills out. That's how you get your big steal.
Andy's going to just take the one. It looks like. Now, if Sean is able to hit and stay here, it does the double's a little more difficult. Does not want to spill. Really wants to nose that.
Yeah, Jake drafted his team. Number 2 pick. Because he was. Dalman was number 1. Jake was number 2. I was number 3. Tully 4. Zakin 5. Quan 6.
You have your answer. That's a nice. That's a nice rock. Very nice. So. Two rocks in the top 8. Looks like Jake's trying for a double here, just a little.
It's flat.
I think it has to be really well executed. Yeah.
I think hit and roll across is fine.
Brian Kimmy said flip the view. That was probably prior to us flipping it, so I think we're okay. Sorry about that, Brian.
I mean, this is fine.
It is. That's and it's out counting. It's a good result.
Yeah, I don't think he was going to double because you'd have to throw peel at that. But this is fine. Sean actually wants to roll away, but
it's going to be hard to do that and keep both reds in the house, right? So.
Yeah, I mean, it's roll it on top's fine. Little nudge of that red and separate that way is fine.
You like the broom placement?
Yeah, because he wants to hit that just off nose, inside nose, so he wants the brushers to be able to control it.
So Sean's just let the rock go.
I think he's a little tight.
Sweepers are working it. I think this is pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You know. So Jake Ness is back in town, fresh off of his visit to Florida to watch his Quinnipiac Bobcats win the national championship in collegiate hockey. He said it was quite possibly, no, he didn't say quite possibly, he said it was the best live sporting event he's ever been to. He's fairly passionate about his hockey.
He obviously wasn't at the curling this weekend at the Briar. I was out at the Briar, the World Championships, where the atmosphere seemed electric, and I wish I was up there.
I bet you do.
I almost went.
What province was that in?
The atmosphere was electric if you were Canadian.
No,
It was Canadian.
it was in Ottawa. Sorry, not Ottawa. Yeah, it was in Ottawa, Ontario.
Okay, so just west of Montreal. Okay.
Yeah, it was drivable distance.
Okay, so Jake's off, hoping for a double here. Weight seems a little bit down for a double. I don't know.
Yeah, he's just gonna be nosing this top one.
Yeah, just
Inside nose. Yeah, nose. So,
do you just try and outdraw that one and split the house there a little bit? What do you do? Do you try and come behind those two rocks?
if you come around it, it's good. I mean, I wouldn't even come around it. I would go open, because you want to force. You don't want to leave something where they can. If you come around it and you leave the double, then you're giving up two.
Well, that's the call. That's what he's attempting to do, is come around that. So
I would actually go up. I would go wider than that. I would just put something wide open and just make him hit the open one. If he rolls out, you steal one that way.
the thing is that Sean really needs to control his weight. He had some difficulty tonight throwing the weight proper and not being deep. And so if he goes through the house, then there's an open hit for two.
Yep.
For Jake, and then he has a stranglehold on this match. So this is a critical draw shot for Sean.
I mean, the brave shot is hitting the top yellow.
Yeah.
The brave shot really is hitting that.
Well, this is a slightly wider.
I think they got to go.
No. Yeah.
No, it's fine. That's actually okay.
No, it's through the house.
No, it's fine. That's fine.
Oh,
Line two.
it is out counting, so they are. Red is sitting 1-2.
I think. It looks like a measure. I won't repeat what Ryan said off camera. He's not in the stream.
Well, you are vicariously on the stream background. So it's close enough that Jake has to consider it to be second shot, I believe.
So he's going for the double here.
So I think if he noses that, he will be sitting 2.
I mean, if he hits it, he's getting 1, so he'll be happy.
If he hits and spills, then, well, we don't know.
We don't know.
You know what? It's too hard to tell. It's like we're calling balls and strikes from the outfield here. It's hard.
And there's a danger of just putting that draw in there behind cover. If you go too deep, you leave this double. If Sean just went out to 12 and just put this on the edge of the 4-foot, there's no double there, and you're really forcing Jake. It's like, does he force or does he try?
Right. All right. Well, Jake's rock is off here, and Andy's getting down to call line, and here.
I think that's over curling.
Here's the line.
It's hard to tell from this side.
No, it's got the red, and it's a no shot, and it is 2. It did not touch the back one, so it's definitely 1 yellow.
Definitely 1 yellow.
It may be 2. They're going to take a peek at this one. So they may have to measure. We'll see. Noah's asking if he can remove the shot rock. And, yeah, Andy will kick that away.
It's stuck.
So they're really giving this a close look. It's a big difference between just a force and taking 2, right?
He's going for the measure.
Okay.
Oh, we're up to 8 viewers.
Hey, see what effect you have on the stream there, Nate? Word's out. They heard the cursing. They thought it was Zakin.
So here is the measure on the yellow.
I wonder if those cat pants come in men's sizes. Just curious.
I wonder if they just come in a size that fits.
Here we go. And I don't think it's going to touch.
They didn't kick anything yet. Oh, they're going around the circle again.
It must be pretty close. I mean, I would move that stick up a bit more. That stick's hardly.
They can't even agree on the measure.
They're going around again.
Here we go.
Round and round and round we go.
When it stops, nobody knows.
It is
Oh,
red.
It was red.
Okay. So,
Measure for Sean Cummings.
that was big because that's just a force, and that's a big deal.
Which I prefer a force than this
Okay.
the steel one.
But you have to.
You have to.
You got to put up 2 or 3
Yeah,
here.
but that's what I'm saying. But it's
Yeah.
you've got more unless you have double front guards out, which he didn't have there. You're not going to get big steel. And then if you steal and then he takes these 2, then you still increase the gap.
You have to mind the gap too, don't you?
So down by 4. If he gets a 2 or 3 here, he's definitely back in it. Then the steal's okay because it's a closer gap.
Thanks, Dulski. Oh, he's got Bernie and Bert and Ernie, excuse me.
Bert
yeah.
and Ernie on the mic tonight.
That's great. Who's who though?
I don't know.
Oh, that's nice, Stephen. I do appreciate the laugh.
I think you're probably Bert. I'm Ernie.
Rubber ducky, you're the one.
For me.
You make my bath time so much fun.
Oh, yep. Steve agrees that Bert is Paul and I'm Ernie.
Oh, we got to flip the view here
Oh.
before we get yelled at.
We've lost a viewer because of that.
Why don't you have both cameras up?
We could do that. But it's nicer to have the larger view for those watching on smaller screens.
So you don't see the slides.
This needs to be a guard, and unfortunately it is not. And that's the only way they're going to score, and that is through the house. So that's tough. Team Simia is out there for a long practice tonight. They're working hard. I think Zolo's got them nervous. All right, so flip the view. Yes, you're quite welcome, Christina. Appreciate that. Looks like a fairly tight guard. So let's see if Santo can dial back the momentum out of the hack here
I mean,
and throw some guard weight.
yeah, even if it's in, you ignore it.
Yeah, that looks heavy again.
Yep. Sweepers are not even going down with it.
So Donna and I, our wedding anniversary is Thursday, Rye, and so we're going into this food tours of New York. So we do a walking food tour. We're doing the High Line and Chelsea Market on Sunday.
Ooh.
So you,
The High Line's good.
yeah, so you walk and nosh. It's very nice, and then you get some education of those areas, historical, and it's about 3 hour tour. Gilligan, I am not, but it's a walking, not that kind of 3 hour tour, and looking forward to it. So it should be a good time. We've done Greenwich Village and the financial district and others, but first time doing the High Line and Chelsea Market, so that should be fun.
I'll be back in 1 second.
What are you getting? My usual? Perfect. 3 rocks. Thank you. So yellow is sitting pretty with one on the button, and then it's guarding nicely, and Dan Villagomez delivering. If it's placed well, it'll be a very pressure-filled situation for Sean Cummings. He's going to have a lot to deal with. And that is through the house. So he wants to just sit on that yellow on the button. That is the call. Welcome to our viewers. If you have any questions, just shoot them out there. Or complaints if I missed the switch, I do apologize. I'll try to do better next end. We'll give you both views so you can see, thanks Nate, so you can see the deliveries and the house. It's a little lighter than Sean wanted it to be. We really wanted it down to the button. When you put those on, just dial this back up for your volume. There you go. So Andy Boone's in the hack, getting ready to deliver his first Vice Rock, excuse me. Just looking to probably either a guard or just put this one in the top of the house.
Looks a little light.
It looks a little light. It's just going to be a guard. So there's so there's a big opportunity here for Greg Dahlman to execute the draw here for Sean to come down, unless he's just going to clear some stuff out. Looks like he's looking to clear some guards. You heading out, Ray? Yeah. Good night. See you tomorrow. Greg's rock is off, just looking for appeal.
That was a little bit like a hawk line violation there.
Yeah. Club curling.
That's a pretty nice shot.
That is very nice. Opens things up a little bit. Okay. Thanks for joining us here on our last Monday night of the year. Because the Pull the Plug is on Saturday, so this will be the last Monday night until the fall of 2023 for Nutmeg. Andy Boone is in the hack, ready to. Looks like it might be a tap up call. The broom's pretty narrow for a draw, so he might be just looking for a tap up on that upper yellow, or a draw through that port.
or just no, it looks like just something top 12.
I don't think
It's
it's
where
gonna.
the broom is. He just wants something on that center line again. Pardon me.
Yeah, coming through. I don't know if it's. It's hard to tell if it's biting from here. I don't think it. No, it is not a biter.
Still a good spot.
Brian Tully. I promise. All right, I'll stick to commentary. I won't sing anymore, Brian. Thank you for the text. I am sufficiently chided. Thank you.
Peels his own red.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Peel of shame, is that?
Well, he didn't,
Oh,
go, he didn't mean to tell, so he was there.
No, it was a tough one. Yeah, it was a little bit narrow. So yellow's got one in the house, very well guarded, and he has a couple of shots here. So first rock for Jake. I love electronic communication in the 21st century. But you're a Met fan, Brian Tully. I figured you'd like Meet the Mets. Greet the Mets, head for the park, and meet the Mets. Grab your kitties, grab your wife. Guaranteed to have the time of your life. Unless you're a Jets Yankees fan, I'm not entirely certain. All right, so this looks like a pretty good tap up here.
Yeah, curl
If
a lot.
it's just enough effort, yes, just gets another one into the full 12 foot. So yellow's sitting pretty with two. Really putting the pressure on Sean Cummings here. Gonna have to make a nice draw around to the button on this one. Oh, that's you. All right, so Sean's gonna. This is really. This is where the skips get paid the big bucks, right? Gonna make the draw.
It's close. Sweepers are off it.
You better be ready, because out there it could check up very quickly, and then it just dives, which I think is unfortunately
curling.
what's going to happen here. Yeah.
Oh no. Did it? Yep.
It did
Taps
push a
an
third
element.
one. Looks like it might have pushed a third.
I think it did. It's very close.
Yeah.
I will check from the overview, but
It is three? It is three yellow. That was unfortunate. A bit, as Nate Holm would say, a bit unlucky.
unlucky.
All right, so Jake has his next rock, and I don't know. I think he's going to put another one in the house. I think he wants to really pressure Sean at this point. So, and if he undercurls a little bit, or overcurls as it were, he can still tap. Maybe tap up and fully bury another rock. So, not a lot bad can go wrong here for Jake with this rock. Even if he ends up guarding that side, it's not terrible.
He just doesn't want to put something up wide and leave a hit and roll.
That's going to come right down and just be a guard. No, it is not. That is, oh, it's good rock.
So that has left a double, but the double would spill, so Sean has to go the other side.
Yeah, and that's an unproven line. Everything has been going down the left side on this end, so Sean's going to have to.
I think if he doesn't get at least second shot here, this is game. Here we go, 9-1 down after 5.
Yeah, that would be. What do they say? All she wrote. So a lot of pressure on Sean.
At
here
least,
to
at least
execute.
if he gets second shot here, he's still in it.
All right,
So
so
full 8 minimum. Ooh.
well, he's got to give it a little more. It's a pretty wide broom, and it will check up very quickly, which it has.
Yeah.
And
this is short.
yeah,
This is-
yeah, he's looking.
Nope, this is not even going to be.
No, so that is
I was, oh.
yeah, that's 4 for Jake.
The run in the 6th seed is just maybe.
That's 9-1. Let's see what the deal is here. If they're going to play the rocks back, it looks like they're going to play the rocks back. So all Sean needs is an 8-ender. Apparently the Rubber Ducky song was over the line. Just one toke over the line, sweet Jesus. Just one toke over the line. Love you, Brian.
That is a classic song, though.
So Yellow's just going to throw through.
Yeah, which why at this point?
Ha! Very nice, Christina. One rock over the line. Excellent. Well done. That's a perfect joke. Very nicely done. I like that. Brian Kimmy wants a spinorama from Noah.
Where you want the spins?
All right, so
So he has his guarded play. It's
all right.
a little wide.
a little bit wide, but
little
he
high,
could tuck underneath that and just be outer 12. Another one through the house,
No
and alas, no
no
spinorama.
spin. Maybe Dan or Andy will give us a spin. Have you ever tried to do a 360?
No.
It's harder than you think it is.
I guarantee it is. Yeah. Yeah. I have a hard enough time just hitting the broom straight out of the hack there, Nate. Oh, get on this, guys. Come on. You got to sweep this. It's got to be in the
No,
house.
it doesn't.
I think it,
I would just leave it there. It's fine.
I don't know.
You,
If they-
at this point, you've got a better chance if you got staggered to
but
corners.
if they hit that hard, it would have been buried, just biting outer 12. And I know what you're saying, Nate, but they only have so many rocks here to get it done.
Yeah, but you don't have to get them all back in one end. No spinorama by Dan Villagomez. Maybe Lara will run back on the ice and do a spinorama just for the show.
I don't think anyone's doing a spinorama.
It's wishful thinking.
Certainly not Camus. So it
No.
looks like now there's a draw behind that staggered guard, right? So if
Oh
you
yeah.
can,
Now you go in.
if you can execute this,
I wouldn't really call it a staggered guard. It's more a stack guard than staggered. Oh, he's counting for asking for a third guard.
Yeah.
I don't mind that. I mean, it's just got to get there. They got to switch it. Yeah, I mean, center guard's not the worst at this point in the game.
Did you see these awesome glasses that Sean Cummings got for us at Lachine Curling Club
Ooh,
up in Montreal?
fancy.
1894 to 2010, 2019, 125 years. Yeah. And they're, on the other side, they're representative of the different murals, the very politically incorrect murals, as they are by today's standards. No, he bought a 4-pack and gave one to each of us up in Montreal. One to Joel, myself,
Corelli,
and then kept one for himself. So it was a nice gesture.
I don't mind putting a third up here again. It's just a little bit. That's better. I mean, it forces the peel, but at the same point, at some point, if they keep peeling, you got to go in. So.
Playoffs?
Playoffs?
Playoffs? All right, so Jake's calling for a peel of these guards, and Andy's off. Sweepers are on. And that successfully executed. So at this point, he. At this point, I think you have to come behind now, right?
Well,
so
wasn't really execute there because that's what Sean was hoping for.
yeah, because he just replaced
He
that.
just replaced it. Now
Right.
Sean's got.
So yeah. Oh, another guard. Now,
Uh,
the thing is, his team's been throwing a little heavy, so he may be anticipating a heavy throw.
maybe. It's that Falls kind of throw here, but I really want to throw it here. They got to switch that. I would have brought it.
It's just a little. It's a little out in the open,
But he's going to peel the guard.
but he's going to peel the guard.
He runs it straight back. That's okay, but. So they're on it. They're on it. They're off it. They are.
So this is an interesting decision for Sean here.
You can't guard. You split it.
Yeah,
Go
right.
for the split.
That's the call here. He just wants him just to throw basically back house weight,
Back 8 weight.
or back 8 weight, and just a little split. And if it's executed, both rocks will be behind cover. So Greg is off. Sweepers are just cleaning. Now they're on it.
That really moved.
It's-
It's drawing by itself.
Oh, it looks like it's going to catch. Just kick. It's not going to catch any of it. It did not. So that's a pretty open double for Jake to call. Yeah. So.
I mean, he threw T. They went T line because it swept to T.
Yeah, it needed to be a little heavier. So Jake's looking to at least take one of them out, if not both. So how are my Mets doing here?
We're not going to see a spinorama by Jake at this point now.
I don't think so. So my wife has taken up rowing. She's got a erg in the basement, so she's been
Nice.
rowing. And my son rows crew in college, and now he has. So he's hoping for a mother-son regatta, but I don't know if that exists.
Ooh,
That
it's
is
a flash.
unfortunate. Flash, a little open door for Cummings. Okay.
It was interesting. They were on the sweep early, and then he came off. And
Yeah. A little puzzled smile out of Jake. So, I mean, there's not a lot of pressure on him right now. Up eight rocks in the sixth end, but
he just wants to split again. I don't even mind. I don't mind the drawdown.
yeah. So Kimmy's calling for the Wick split, and I agree. We do agree with that. We're all in unison on that one. So let's see if Sean can execute this.
The wick split or the straight tap back on the top one.
Well, that might have been on the previous rock, but it still holds true now. So we'll see. So, and if Tully can tell me if there's a Jets theme song, I can maybe sing that one if you'd like. But I don't think there is one. There's a Jetsons theme song. We can go with that.
Don't start on the Jetsons again. Look at this move again.
Yeah, they just need to get by this guard, really.
I mean, that's okay. Down to that back one's fine.
It really is.
That's fine.
Yeah. So this is
See,
okay. So Jake's got to do something with this rock, because if he flashes again and gives Sean an opportunity for 4, it's not really. I mean, it's 9-5 with 2 ends left. I'd also like to see that.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, Jake doesn't mind jamming here and being in front of it. Then how does Sean remove it? How's your Mets doing?
Well, the problem is they're up 2-0, and then they walk 2 guys with 2 outs. Xander Bogaerts, and I mean Bogaerts a good player, but you're up 2-0 in the what are we in the top of the 6th? Scherzer only gave up 1 hit through 5 innings. He had a nice outing today, but he had 97 pitches through 5, so they worked him. All right, so Jake's rock is off. He's just hoping to do something with this, and it looks like
It's just peeling.
he just peeled 1, and so Sean has an open for 3,
Which is a good result.
which would be a nice result.
9-4.
They will play on, I would think, at 9-4, wouldn't they?
Still down 5 for 2 to go.
Well, but if they just took 3, and now with hammer, I get it.
With
It's
hammer.
different, right?
I think still you're shaking.
Maybe
You never know. It's a final, but
could be a little.
because he's got to steal, so he's got to steal 5 in 2 ends. Because a force and then a 6 is not going to happen. So he's got to over 2 ends steal 5. So he's looking for a 3 and then a 2, or a 2 then a 3. And that's just a little bit too much out of reach. I mean, he's got the backing. The sweeper should be playing the wick, I think.
No,
It's just straight down to
no,
the
it's fine. I don't think it's going to take anything out of the house. I don't think it's just enough of a wick,
Yep, that's fine.
and that's 3 for Sean.
And Sean, they're playing.
Will
on.
they be shaken or not at all?
I would. You're down 5 without. Down 5 with is a different story. They're playing on.
They're playing on. I couldn't help myself, Tully. Oh, Rays are 10-0, huh?
Yeah.
They are scorching hot.
Team in history. All the hominid. It's like baseball fans are ridiculous. Like Mets season is over, and Tampa Bay is the best team in the history of baseball. After
Yeah.
like
Let them be the '84 Tigers, and and start the way they started, and then we'll see.
but the run differential is pretty damn impressive.
Well, they're like 70 now or something.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy through 10
Yeah,
games.
yeah. But nobody cares about baseball in Florida, though. That's the thing, though.
Tampa's got a huge thing. I mean, that's all.
They're all Yankee fans down there. They're all transplants.
So people do care about baseball. They just
Only when the
care about
Yankees come to town. Yeah, yeah. Only the visitors. But it is amazing what they can do as a small market down there, though. Quite honestly. All right. Benny and the Jets.
Benny.
You want to take that one, Nate?
No, I'm good. Was that Elton John?
It is Belton John.
Elton John.
Benny and the Jets. Well, everybody was rocking around the clock to Bill Haley and the Comets. They were doing something different, and they were. It says Dave Bykowski is joining in. All right, so that is tough. Did he call for that,
Yeah.
Peel? Did he
Yep.
call for that?
Yep.
That was well executed then.
He
Nice-
he
nicely
He
done.
just doesn't want anything in the house, so.
Yeah.
I mean,
He doesn't want that great 80s band Crowded House. Try to catch the deluge in a paper cup. No, it's deluge.
That's why it's a hilariously wrong lyric. Yeah. No, seriously, where's the parking? I don't know who donated.
So Sean's looking for a guard here, and it looks like they have executed maybe a tight guard.
yeah.
We lost a couple of viewers on the last interchange, Nate.
The singing lost our viewers again.
Yeah, I think Tully's gone to bed. He's had enough. Or that or earplugs, I'm not sure, so.
Offered me up. I'm ready. Bring them on. I'll take a pint for this.
Oh, no, that's assault and battery. All right, so we've returned to the dulcet sounds of Nate Holm and Paul Douglas.
Rubber ducky.
No. They have just shaken. So that is it for our Monday night. So Jake Ness and company have won the Monday Night League.
Well,
with
give them full credit. Jake Ness, Andy Boone, Danny Boone.
Dan Boone,
and
yeah, Dan
Noah
Gomez,
Gordon.
and Andy Boone, and who's the fourth? Noah Gordon, right?
So Jake Ness wins both Monday Night Leagues this year.
The fall and the winter.
Yep.
Well done. So it's been a pleasure having you all with us. Hopefully you were well entertained and saw some good curling.
There's 6 people still hanging in with us.
Thank you for doing that. And we bid you a good night.